welcome to FC Insider. I'm Jason, and that's Christo, and first we're going to be talking World Cup. So the draw is coming up December 6th, and we'll be able to find out what the groups are a big factor. Christo, which team do you see as taking it all the way? Which threat do you see as...
Well, first of all, I wanted to say that I'm really hoping we can raise the bar, on the show here. And so this is going to be the most authentic Bulgarian Boston accent show I've ever seen. We cover the whole world, the soccer, everything that's going on around the world. We're very excited about the World Cup. And so, I don't know, I've always liked Argentina. I think they have a great team. They won the Junior World Cup a few years ago, and the team's matured now, and I think they're gonna have a statement World Cup.
I think Brazil is a big team to take it all the way. No European team's ever won in South America, and it's gonna be tough to change it this year. But I think Brazil, they got so many great players. They got the home the advantage. They got the fans going for them. They got so many young stars.
They got Neymar!
And they got Hulk and
Hulk?
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 Yeah. Hulk.
They got Hulk?
They got Hulk.
Hulk's the man.
He actually does look like Hulk too.
Let's take a spin through the European teams and see if anyone can give him a run for the money. So let's see who made it. Belgium? Belgium's kind of stacked this year, right?
Belgium's got a nice squad. Eden Hazard. They got.
That's the Chelsea guy, Hazard.
Chelsea. They got. I didn't know Belgium was so good, but they got a stacked roster this year, and they're ready to go.
Yeah, we have Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Yeah.
Where the heck is that?
Edin Dzeko just said, "Let's go, boys," and I guess he got a little.
How are they ranked 16 in the world? I mean, who else do they have?
Well, FIFA Coca-Cola rankings might not be the most trustable, but I mean there are only 32 teams, but
they're 16th in the world. In the world, out of what 200
I mean,
countries?
Australia qualified and they're 57th, but there are a lot of new upcoming teams such as Chile. They're a team to watch. Colombia, a new team, also qualified. There's a lot of new teams coming. Spain.
Is it true that the top 5 teams in the world are from South America currently? I think we have Argentina, we have Brazil, Colombia, Chile, and what's the 5th one? It's not Mexico for sure. It's got to be somebody else. Ecuador.
Ecuador's 22nd.
Okay, so we have Argentina, Brazil,
Uruguay 6th.
Uruguay. That's what I was looking for. Uruguay.
Colombia's 4th, led by Falcao and company.
Was that a dirty word you just said? By what cow?
Falcao.
Oh, okay.
Want to take the spot on Fernando Torres? Not happening. No. I see Brazil. From Europe, I see Spain, but Spain's getting a little like
top-ranked team still though, right? Spain?
Yeah. Germany. I mean, I think Argentina. They got a pretty good roster. They're in the world.
How about the French team? Do you think they have any possibility of winning this season?
No, that's the short answer. No, France had a tough time qualifying against Ukraine. First of all, Karim Benzema was offside.
They're not on strike this season. That's a good thing.
If you got such a stacked roster, Pogba, Benzema, Ribéry, UEFA Player of the Year, no.
Pretty amazing. Yeah. So who else do we have from Europe? So Germany's pretty good. I mean, they have a very talented team. They're ranked number 2 in the world, right?
Yeah. Germany, they have great players.
Yeah.
Like
Ozil's pretty good, right?
Yeah, transferring to Arsenal.
Schweinsteiger is pretty good too.
Yeah.
And England. I mean, how can the best league in the world not ever translate to the best national team in the world? I mean, England's. What have they ever won? 1966 World Cup, and only because the referee helped them win back 50 years ago. I wasn't quite around for that time, but that's what I read, that the referee really helped them out. And so, I mean, best league in the world, and they've never really won anything since then. What's up with that?
Yeah, I mean, on paper, they look good enough. They got so many good players. Rooney, whether it's Lampard, Gerrard, Welbeck, Terry. They got a good team on paper, but it's not translating for them. England's just...
Yeah, maybe the club soccer is so demanding that there's not enough. time left for them to focus on the national team. That's a possibility.
Uh,
And Greece, where did Greece come from? Well, wasn't the whole country bankrupt? Weren't they going to sell off the whole country?
yeah, no, Greece, they beat Romania.
Why didn't they sell the Greek national soccer team and get maybe a couple $1 million for it, pay down the national debt? What's up with that? And now they even made it to the World
Look
Cup,
at the
maybe.
US. No, Greece, you wouldn't think of Greece as a great team, but you don't know the players necessarily, but they do deliver. They beat Romania. I believe it was 3-1 in aggregate. They had the spectacular own goal in the top corner.
Something about the feta cheese and the olive diet that makes that team very special.
Yeah.
So then we have Italy. I mean, to me, Italy is like always one of the perennial World Cup, contenders. They may be involved in all kinds of corruption going to the World Cup. They might have changed the coach 6 times or whatever, but they're the kind of team, they always peak at the right time at the World Cup. They're barely going to win any games in the preliminary round, and somehow they're going to end up making it to the final. That's what they always do.
Well, they completely failed in the Euro Cup. There's no excuse for what they did in the Euro Cup.
Yeah, it's just a really good tournament team. So Netherlands is another team. How are they looking this year? 3 years ago, they just went out and tried to basically kill the Spanish team, literally.
Yeah. No, Netherlands, they like another good team on paper. Robin, Van Persie. Yeah, notice I just said strikers. I don't know many defenders from that team. Unless you call Van der Sar, who's in retirement.
Yeah, and who else do we have? Switzerland. Where do they come from? I mean, Swiss Army knives, and what else do they have to show for themselves?
I haven't followed Switzerland on the.
They're going to show up with their
path,
nice Rolex watches and swatches and whatnot, and they're going to win the World Cup like that. Is that how it's done?
Yeah. Let's. I think we should move to CONCACAF now. Costa Rica. I think they're a team to watch because when they beat the United States, it was like whoa, and because the United States, we always think of them as the number 1 CONCACAF. And we always think of Mexico.
Go US.
But
USA. Number 13 in the world, baby. This is going to be a statement World Cup for the
13's
US.
not unlucky, by the way.
Klinsmann is the man. European soccer, European quality soccer, US physical D, midfield controls the field. We're going all the way, baby. Just telling you. So Mexico, who do they have to beat? Some Pacific Island country or something to win?
Mexico, we always think they used to be good. They used to be beating us. The team in Mexico is good. They had to go through New Zealand.
New Zealand, country of 4 million people.
Yeah, all I gotta say is watch out this year. The South American teams are gonna be on fire, and it's also in South America.
Absolutely.
A lot of upcoming young players. Alexis Sanchez on fire for Chile right now.
So, do you see any surprises coming out of Asia and Africa this year? I mean, we have Australia. They had a pretty good team a few years ago.
Yeah, Japan surprisingly good team. They drew a net friendly against I think it was Germany or whatever, Italy, one of those European top countries. For Africa-wise, Nigeria actually got a lot of players that you say, oh, I've heard of them. They play in the Premier League or what, and they're Nigerian. Yeah. Ivory Coast is pretty good too. Ghana, Algeria robbing Burkina Faso. They completely robbed them to qualify, but. There's also Cameroon.
So Cameroon, they always have a good team. I mean, they're one of the powerhouses in Africa, right?
They were a disappointment last World Cup. I mean, 0-3 is terrible.
I think they're the lowest ranked African team to make the World Cup this year. They're ranked 59, which is the lowest
ranked team to make the World Cup, actually.
Who does Ivory Coast have? I mean, do they have any well-known players this year?
You know what? I want to tell Drogba he should come back to Chelsea because no one's watching him at Galatasaray. That's all I gotta say. Though they do have good players like Solomon Kalou. So Africa's got a lot of good.
So predictions time. So what are your top 4 teams to make the semifinals to the 2014 Brazil World Cup?
I got Brazil. I like Brazil a lot. They got so much young talent. They got a great team. Who's your number 1?
I'd say Spain, Germany, Brazil, and maybe there's going to be a surprise team, and I don't know, maybe it'll be Switzerland. I mean, it's one of the teams that everybody's discounting. Nobody believes they're going to go far, and you know what? It's crazy. What may sound crazy, but Bosnia and Herzegovina, it's their chance to shine. If they get a good group, if they get good matchups, they can make it all the way to the semifinals.
See, it's tough to get a good matchup because it's so many good teams. It's tough to. I mean, you got to have a simulation. Most ideal group, I don't know. It's tough, but I gotta say, like, easiest group would probably be like Bosnia and Herzegovina, and then maybe Algeria, maybe Iran's alright. Australia, maybe. Australia is actually. They drew against Italy 1-1 in that last World Cup.
Pretty impressive. Yeah, they had a good team back then. So 7 months to go. We'll find out. December 6th is when we're going to have the group drawing, and we're going to have another round to go over that and do the preliminary favorites.
Groups matter so much because you could have a group where the U.S. could end up with, let's say, Brazil.
USA!
What are the odds? U.S. ends up with Brazil, Netherlands, and Argentina. Oh, that just happened.
That will be a tough group. We may have to settle for second place now in the group. So, what else going on this weekend? How's the English Premier League looking?
Well,
any interesting games?
There are 3 big games that really stand out. First, the Merseyside derby between Everton and Liverpool today. I was on fire.
Epic 3-3 or something like that. That's
Lukaku come back scoring, and then Sturridge on the other end. That was a violent, fast-paced Premier League game. And then watching Chelsea West Ham at the end.
Wait, I have a question though. Is it Derby or Derby? I never figured that out. Well, why do the Brits call it Derby?
Why does DERBY equals Derby? But
it was a good one. Whatever the Derby and the Derby, they were both good.
Derby County is going to be complaining now. That's a lower tier team in England, but there was a good game, fast paced. If you watch Chelsea West Ham at the end, it was so slow. But this was a fast paced game, so much faster than when you see the Spanish league. They just pass the ball around, not caring to score. It was a violent game too. Suarez got mobbed over and over, and Morales.
Heck of a player, but so hard to like on a personal level. Suarez, just really tough to like.
Yeah.
Kind of like Ronaldo's in the same category.
We'll get to that. I think we'll get to Ronaldo later. Yeah, we'll get to Ronaldo.
But why is it that nobody likes Ronaldo? I mean, everybody likes Messi. He's a humble guy.
Well, I gotta
really
disagree.
Likeable.
There is a huge Ronaldo fan base. He's not a Ronaldo fan, but he doesn't. I'm not a Ronaldo fan, but I do understand that there is a huge Ronaldo fan base. I don't think he understands that.
Fair enough.
Might be.
He's got a ton of followers on Twitter. He's got 60 million people.
I don't think Messi has a Twitter.
Oh, okay.
That's the difference, but we'll get up to that in just after we talk about the Premier League. Southampton, Arsenal. I mean, where did Southampton come from? That's all I have to ask. But they didn't have much to show. Arsenal, they dominated the ball for like 3 minutes, and then the keeper. This was the worst mistake I've ever seen in keeper history. Keeper starts dribbling the ball around, thinks he can beat Olivier Giroud. He's like dribbling for 5 seconds, just kicked the ball out of bounds. It was embarrassing. And then it was 1-0 for a long time until like the 85th minute.
What are the games that you're looking forward to tomorrow, Sunday?
Tottenham City. Believe it or not, Tottenham and City are not even at the top. Like now they're like 7th and 9th. It's
been very competitive this year. Maybe the top 10 teams is so close. It could go any.
I mean, normally you'd say, maybe Liverpool wasn't doing so good. You'd say Man United, Chelsea, maybe City, and like Tottenham, and that's pretty good. Top 4 or 5, and then this year you got Everton, Newcastle, Liverpool's rebounding up into the territory, Southampton,
very true.
United and City and Tottenham struggling, but I think United will come in top 3 this year.
Good. So on to other topics. Who's going to be the best player of the year? Do we have any favorites so far?
Well, as much as I hate Ronaldo, I do believe Ronaldo will win. Messi's just missed so many games. They played him when he wasn't ready to come back.
What's the award called again? I forgot. Some sort of balloon. Some sort of
Ballon d'Or. Yes, the
Ballon d'Or.
Gold balloon that you fly it up, and you. Ronaldo's got 66 goals in the calendar year, where Messi's got like 50 around that. Ronaldo looks like the favorite. We don't know if he'll show up, but
he's the general. He'll be commanding the troops.
Yeah, Sepp Blatter. Tell that to Sepp Blatter.
Yeah, what's with Sepp Blatter expressing opinions like that? I mean, his job is to run the federation, not to say who the best player is or who's likable.
Yeah.
That's a big political mistake.
At the Oxford Union, Sepp Blatter said, "I prefer Messi, and Messi's the likable child who's humble." And he also mentioned one's got a more expensive hairstyle, but that doesn't matter.
Well, hey, it's been exciting. First episode of our FC Insider Show.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us, and have a nice Thanksgiving, and we'll have another round on December 6th. As soon as the FIFA World Cup drawing is out, that's going to be an exciting day. Thank you for joining us.
Root for Messi.
USA! USA! Yes, yes.
Hello, welcome to